FC, it's finger licking good. Only at participating locations.
Okay, we don't need no stinking bumper music. And would somebody explain chicken and waffles to me? Tri-City Sports Now, I'm Marky Bilson, 1420 WEMB Sports Radio. I never quite got the whole... I got waffles, but if I'm having waffles, I don't want, sausage or bacon or yogurt or what else goes well with, berries or scones, or I guess there's a lot of starch right there if I got the scones and the waffles there. But you know what I'm trying to see, some melon or, orange juice and some coffee. I mean, those sort of oatmeal would go well. Oatmeal gets you so much energy, something like that. Yeah. Did somebody say scrapple? You are East Tennessee if you did. Anyway. Actually, that's just big in Appalachia, I think, both northern and southern, and anyway. I've not had scrapple because I've looked at the package. And I don't want, and it isn't all that appealing. Anyhow, just a little bit of conversation right there. The chicken and waffles. I never quite got the, yeah. Is that a, I've had it. Don't get me wrong. I think you should eat some at our sponsor, KFC, right there, but still. I think I will as well, based on that commercial. Not the one with Colonel Sanders kissing Mrs. Butterworth and Reba McEntire being a cross-dresser or something. I don't get that one. That doesn't, All right. I would tell you right now that the NFL schedule is, I touched upon this before, and just, the gullibility of some sports writers. Let me get you this, you heard after Robert Kraft was arrested, or implicated, or whatever it was, down in Jupiter, Florida, we all know that story here by now. Packers at Bears. That's the game that opens up the season. Now, the Packers and Bears have been playing since the 20s. And this is the 100th season of the NFL. Yes, normally the team that won the Super Bowl hosts that first game. And what did you hear? Ooh, that's got to be about Robert Kraft. No, I know I'm repeating myself, but it is worth saying that is because it's the oldest rivalry. It's the 100th season. That's why they're starting the season off this way. Super Bowl champ New England, yeah, they get a Glamour game, Sunday Night Football, on opening weekend. They play the Pittsburgh Steelers in what has become something of a lopsided rivalry, although the Steelers were able to win last year. Elsewhere, the other game of note right there, I know it's the last year of the Oakland Raiders. I hate that, but that's the way it is. And there's always two Monday night games, which I never quite got on opening day. But at 7:10, it's going to be the Texans and the Saints on Monday, September 9th. We're starting a week after Labor Day. And then it'll be the Broncos at Oakland. That's the late game in the first Monday night of the year. And it was, let's see here. I think one of those Monday night games, wasn't it the, I'm trying to remember. That was the game Blaine Gabbert won, did better than Colin Kaepernick on and all this. I've got a big story on Michael Sam right there, who, by the way, I think you could make an argument really was somebody who, should have been in the NFL, but didn't quite work out the way that, well, how should I put this? Yes, he came out. Do I think that that is what got him out of the NFL? No. But it's more the way that he came out. And I'll talk about that a little bit later on in the program. Let's look at this. We mentioned the Tennessee Titans, and you may have heard Matt Pauley talk about this, that there is only one real glamour game, primetime game, for the Titans this year. Let's give you that right now and tell you what that is, if the schedule will ever come up on the world's slowest computer here. But yeah, there's only one primetime game. Of course, you've heard that they will open up with the Cleveland Browns. That's going to be in Cleveland. I think the Browns are going to be good this year. Then they host Indianapolis. And the only prime time game would actually be the third game of the year. September 19th. Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a Thursday game. That's not exactly a big glamour game. Of course, it's not a big glamour team. So, we know that on Sunday we will see the Titans play. By the way, and that's often a lot of fun for people because I'm not necessarily convinced that the Titans are really the team of the Tri-Cities. Well, they have their fans, don't get me wrong, but so do the Cowboys and the Steelers and the Panthers and the Redskins, and Anyway, bye week for the Titans comes on November 17th. To tell you the truth, this is not that glamorous a schedule. However, an interesting thing, the Titans will be playing in the penultimate game at the Oakland Alameda Coliseum against the Raiders. That's going to be on December 8th. The Raiders will finish out their stay in Oakland the following week against Jacksonville. Again, the least glamorous teams, evidently, they could, you figure you want to play the Chiefs there for old time's sake, maybe the Chargers, even though they've moved, no. Don't ask me why. Possibly the Broncos, Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to go down every team's schedule, obviously, here, but let's look at this. I want to go to the glamour teams here. I'm going to go first Pittsburgh Steelers. Why not? The Steelers, as I said, they will open up with the Patriots on Sunday night in Foxborough. After that, let's see what we have here with the Steelers. They will actually host the Seahawks. So, the Steelers could find themselves very easy out of the gate 0-2. Regardless here, the other sort of glamour games, they play the Bengals the end of September. Let's see what else we have here. They finish up with the Ravens in Baltimore. The Le'Veon Bell Bowl is actually 3 days before Christmas in New York at 1 p.m. What else do we have right here? That the Rams come into play the Steelers on November 10th. Typical for there's a Monday night game against the Dolphins. Remember when they did that 10 years ago and the score was 3-0? That's on October 28th. It's a Monday night game. So there you go. Let's see here. Does that mean we have a Halloween game? I have to check that here and all that. Now, New England, what are their glamour games? We were talking about this before. And again, let's take a look at this. As we said, they open up with the Steelers. Then they travel to Miami. All right. You got to figure if you're the Patriots. The second week of the year, they're down in Miami. And the last week of the year, they host the Dolphins. Now you figure cold weather team, that's got to be advantageous. You also got to figure the Patriots would rather be in Miami on the end of December. We're good enough to beat the Dolphins. Come on, at least we should be comfortable while we do it. Other games on December 8th, they play the Chiefs. The Cowboys come into Foxborough on November the 24th. The Eagles, they host the Patriots on the 17th of November. I'm going backwards, of course, here. And let's see, what other game? Giants come in, Super Bowl rematch, I guess. Yeah, you want to have hard-hitting opinion. My hard-hitting opinion right now is, the Patriots aren't going to need the cold weather advantage to beat the Dolphins at the end of the season, and that's what they'll be playing. So more bad news for the Miami Dolphins, who figure to be the league's whipping boys this upcoming season. Looking at the Dallas Cowboys. All right, let's talk about their schedule here. Jason Witten making his return. The Cowboys will open up The first week of the year, that'll be a Sunday 4:25 start at Jerry World. Then they go on the road to play the Redskins. Their game against the Saints will be on September 29th. Packers come in. It's a tough schedule, actually, for the Cowboys. Packers come in on October the 6th. I know the Packers aren't, the world beaters they once were, but still, don't bet against them. Who do the Cowboys host on Thanksgiving? The Bills. Of course, I mentioned they'd travel to Foxborough to play the Patriots on November the 24th. Their games against the Eagles come in Philly 3 days before Christmas. And then also they play the Eagles on October the 20th down in Dallas. The season concludes with the Cowboys at Jerry World against the Redskins. Also, the Cowboys will host the Rams. All right, there you go. On December the 15th. You also play the Lions in Detroit on November the 17th. And that the Lions always seem to give the Cowboys, a real tough fight for whatever reason. So what other... Carolina Panthers schedule, what do you say? Carolina Panthers schedule in 2019. Here are the big dates to remember. They open up with the Rams. That's a tough one, but it's in Carolina. They actually have 2 games to start the season at home. They will play the Buccaneers, and then they travel to Arizona for their 3rd game of the year. Glamour matchup, the Titans and the Panthers. They'll be playing on November 3rd at 1 p.m. That's a Glamour matchup around here, I guess. Packers, they'll be on November 10th hosting the Panthers in Green Bay. What else we got? The Seahawks come in middle of December, December 15th. The season ends with the Saints in Carolina. All right. So that's how that goes. Now, let me see here if I can't. I know I'm kind of intrigued by the Thanksgiving dates. That's become a glamour game for teams, obviously. So let's see here if I can get this. And let me see what we have on the world's slowest computer. The first game, Bears and Lions. Okay, 100th anniversary of the league, certainly, or 100th season of the league, certainly. 12:30 start. You'd figure the traditional rival there. Of course, I mentioned the Bills would be playing in Dallas. And that, too, there was a couple of Super Bowls there back in the day. Saints at Falcons. That's the Thursday night, or shall we say Thanksgiving night game. It's going to be in Atlanta. Both teams have stadiums named after a Mercedes-Benz automobile. All right. Basically, they got some decent rivalries there on Thanksgiving, to tell you the truth. So let's not knock those. You got, the Bears and the Lions, and you got the Saints and the Falcons. And those are 2 very traditional NFL rivals. 100th anniversary of the league. It's going to be a traditional season, one would think, unless you're talking about pass interference calls, which can then be challenged. I know. Of course, the dates necessarily probably won't be, they're pretty much locked times, especially late in the year, can be subject to change. The Sunday night game could change, for instance. Regardless, that's the case right now. For the NFL season. I think look out for the Browns. I've said that. I know that Colin Coward says the Steelers will repeat. I'm from Pittsburgh, wouldn't mind seeing that, but yes, I do think the Browns are up and coming. And they also, I have this, they have a rookie coach, Freddie Kitchens. What's he going to do? Hopefully he'll have 2 plays called in 2-minute situations. That's more than you can say for Mike Tomlin. So what kind of a disadvantage is that for the Browns, really? I think you're grasping at straws there. Is Michael Sam grasping at straws, saying that he was denied an NFL career? I'll talk about that next. Tri-Cities Sports Now, coming back after this on 1420 WEMB Sports Radio.